Right now, right here, Life on the Left Coast for Friday, September 21st, 2007. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Life from the Left Coast. I'm Ben Patrick Johnson. We are coming to you from Los Angeles, where things have suddenly gone from global warming to, well, typhoon. The rain is here early, but we certainly do need it. Today on the show, legendary newsman Dan Rather fires back at his former employer. Also, we'll take a look at the uproar over gay marriage in California. Plus, our Eric Moorman takes a peek into the world of the future when he visits Wired Magazine's Next Fest. And the much-anticipated return of everybody's favorite outspoken Salvadoran, Connie Asada. But first, let's take a look at life at home. Television icon Dan Rather filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against his former employer CBS this week, claiming the network violated his contract in 2004 by forcing him to resign. Rather claims the network damaged the professional credibility he built over the past 40 years reporting the news. The lawsuit is an answer to the 60 Minutes fiasco known as Rathergate, where a report alleging President Bush received special treatment from the National Guard during the Vietnam War was deemed inaccurate by an independent panel. For his part, Rather claims that Viacom President Sumner Redstone and CBS head Les Moonves made him the fall guy after they received pressure from the White House to, quote, resolve the situation. Rather appeared on Larry King Live last night to discuss the lawsuit.
I want to reiterate, you will only settle if that settlement includes some statements from CBS.
I'm not going to negotiate a settlement in the air, but I would say...
But it won't be a financial statement, just. That's what you said. It will not be just the financial.
If God smiles and we're a little lucky, we will be able to make a legacy of the principle that independent journalism is very important to our way of life and our government.
Rather, whose reports can be seen now on the channel HDNet, is asking for $70 million in compensation and punitive damages. Here on the left coast, John Duran, the mayor of West Hollywood, called California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger a footnote on the junk heap of history at a protest this week. This comes in anticipation of the veto of a gay marriage bill set to hit the governor's desk as soon as Monday. Schwarzenegger has vowed publicly to veto the measure, as he did previous gay marriage bills in 2005 and 2006. For their part, gay and lesbian couples marched in 14 simultaneous protests across the state on Tuesday evening, joining supportive clergy and civil rights veterans from the 1950s in an attempt to raise awareness of what some are calling a stark incongruity with the governor's otherwise progressive stance on education and the environment. One protest organizer admitted the efforts will likely have little impact on the governor's veto decision, but said that, quote, we want all of America to see what he's really made of. More on this story on Monday's show.
To say maybe we should keep our head down, it will take care of itself. Well, it doesn't happen that way.
In Louisiana and nationwide, outrage is the response to the prosecution of 6 black teens charged with assault, battery, and conspiracy following a fight with a white classmate who hung ceremonial nooses in school colors from a tree on campus. The white students' actions were dismissed by the local Jena, Louisiana school superintendent as, quote, a youthful stunt. The school fight ensued, and 5 of the 6 black teens arrested were charged as adults. The first to come to trial was convicted by an all-white jury that deliberated less than 3 hours before finding him guilty of maximum possible charges. Next week, another of the teens' trials begins, and he is facing up to 15 years of hard prison time for the schoolyard skirmish. We'll be bringing you ongoing coverage of the trials of the so-called Jena 6 as the centerpiece of a larger look at race and justice in America. Be with us in the weeks and months ahead for exclusive reports. Well, on a lighter note, no one is a bigger technology geek than me, so you can imagine how jealous I was when our Eric Moorman got to visit Wired Magazine's Next Fest while I was out of town at a conference. So needless to say, I cannot wait to see what he saw on today's Lifestyle.
Wouldn't it be great to take a peek into the future? Well, we haven't figured out time travel just yet, but here at Wired Magazine's Next Fest, they have exhibits on everything from robotics to interactive media. The future is now. Every year in Los Angeles, Wired Magazine puts on a futuristic geekapalooza called Next Fest. Here you can get a sneak peek at what's next in the world of design, robotics, transportation, and beyond. Well, I'm a geek at heart, so I had to check it out. I hope this will shed some light on what to expect in the future. This is the world's coolest globe. You can actually travel through time with this thing.
So you can see all the different continents stick together. If we go back to the present, you can see, for instance, India moving up to Asia, creating the Himalayas when they crashed into Asia.
It's pretty dark here in the future, but there are a lot of cool things.
Basically, it's a new way to browse photos and your desktop. You can throw icons around. If you want to clean up a mess, you can just really quickly make a pile out of it.
Look, twins. Well, one's real and one's actually a robot. It's kind of creepy. I just saw the house of the future, and it's a greenhouse. Get it? Greenhouse?
This project is about raising people's awareness in energy consumption. And for instance, we have a prototype here of a power cord that visualizes the amount of electricity going through it at a given time.
These plants will pull these toxins out of the air, and it runs on a light that's a LED, a light emitting diode, which is very efficient.
I walked and walked and walked. There's got to be a better way to travel. That's not what I had in mind. I gotta get out of here. Well, it's time to step out of the future and back to the present. I had a great time here at Next Fest and made a few new friends as well. Do you want to go grab a drink? This is Eric Mormon.
And E. May, reporting for Life from Left Coast. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Rima, and thank you too, Eric. Well, it's finally time to check in with Connie Asada, my housekeeper/foreign correspondent, who hails from El Salvador, but who is every inch an American. Now, Connie, we've been talking over the past week on the show about an effort to stop new fast food joints from moving into South Central L.A. In the neighborhood where you live, is there a lot of fast food?
You've been to my neighborhood. Everything there is slow.
Yeah, but even the fast food?
They are so ignorant. They think eating enough fast food will make them speak English like an American.
Well, it'll make you fat, and Americans are fat. And we had one chef write in that what he felt people needed to do was to cook more at home. Do you agree with that?
People, yes. Me, no, jefe. I work hard all day long. I'm not feel like going home and make pupusas.
What, so you buy some from a Salvadoran restaurant?
Salvadorian restaurants in my neighborhood are not good. I don't know who their mother is, but she didn't teach them how to cook right.
Okay, so how do you manage then?
Viva Pizza Hut!
Well, I'll take that as a vote of no confidence in the city council's plans.
Take it as a vote of double cheese and me not cooking.
Well, very well. Thank you, Connie. We will check in with you later in the week. And that brings us to the end of another week here on the Left Coast. Join us Monday as we take a closer look at California's gay marriage controversy. As we saw at the top of today's show, same-sex couples are not happy and they've taken to the streets in anger. We were there at the protests and we've got exclusive reports for you on Monday. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody. Stay dry and stay away from the supersize combo. It seems like a good idea at the time, but then you get all, well, fat. I'm Ben Patrick Johnson, and you are up to date with Life from the Left Coast.